Welcome to Style Syndicate with me, Lindiwe Sithole. I have your dose of all things lifestyle and entertainment. This week, I'm coming to you from the Bioscope at 44 Stanley. It's Joburg's original independent cinema that focuses on local and African films, documentaries, and not forgetting the classics. This week, we take a look at a Hollywood blockbuster that shows how power can sometimes be dangerous if placed in the wrong hands. And Wits students get shortlisted for the Student Oscars. But first, as we mark Women's Month, I thought I'd bring you some feel-good stories about women all over the continent doing amazing work. I want you to remember the name Toni Kamau. She is the youngest documentary producer to be a member of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. That's the Oscars. Other Africans who have the honor of being invited to be part of the organization are Kena Matoso and Genevieve Naji from Nigeria. It is such a pleasure and an honor, in fact, to meet you. I mean, let me start off by saying congratulations for being a member of the Academy.
Thank you. Very excited to be here. And I love your setup. It looks very, very nice.
Well, thank you very much, my little studio. I love yours too. Love what you did with the wall.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You need to have your backgrounds for Zoom these days, huh?
Like everything must be perfect, you know?
Yeah. Yes, we need to have a little bit of color.
So no, you are not only just a member of the Academy, but it makes you the youngest African documentary filmmaker to be there. That must feel really good, doesn't it?
It's amazing to be a member of the Academy. I know I'm the youngest female African documentary filmmaker to be a member of the documentary branch. So that's very, very exciting. It's a huge honor. I mean, it's not something that I take lightly. And I mean, the Academy generally is just full of the best globally. And the documentary branch is full of so many people that I respect at so many different levels and have been fans of their work for such a long time. Yeah. So I'm just overwhelmed and just so grateful for this opportunity.
So that definitely means that you are the best of the best.
I guess so. Yes,
so what becomes your mandate? What does this mean? What do you do?
Well, I mean, that's quite interesting. We just recently joined. I think it's been less than a month. My initial understanding of what our mandate is to be able to vote for films in the documentary category, and I believe in Best Picture as well.
Now, what do you think this type of opportunity would mean for female African filmmakers?
Well, I think the Academy has basically been able to fulfill its goal of increasing diversity in the Academy. So that means on all fronts when it comes to race, gender, and I think they actually fulfilled their goal even before their deadline. So that means you're going to have people who look like me, you know, who grew up in Africa, in Kenya, watching documentaries that want to qualify for consideration for the Oscars. So that means, I hope, with time, that we're going to have more diverse representation when you start seeing the nomination list when it comes to, like, you know, documentary category, because I know that that's a very diverse branch of the Academy. And it also just means that as a young female filmmaker, it says, shoot your shot, you know, do your project, you know, apply to the festivals, apply for consideration for the documentary category.
I love that you're saying that you hope that you can be an example that these things are not out of reach, because you will have a girl child or young boy who wants to be a filmmaker sitting at home, and they see your story and they too can be like, oh wait, that is attainable. I love that.
Yes, I mean, it is attainable. I mean, I'm someone who grew up in Kenya, was educated in Kenya. I've done most of my work on the continent. I was fortunate to have the opportunity to start traveling to festivals outside of Kenya through DocuBox, which is a documentary fund based out of Nairobi. And they afforded us the opportunity to travel to festivals like Sheffield, IDFA. And when I first went to IDFA, which is a festival in Amsterdam, I remember what struck me the most was when I met this African-American man called Roger S. Williams, who's a governor of the Academy documentary branch. And he was talking to us, this is 2013, he was talking to us, all of these first-time filmmakers, about his project, God Loves Uganda, which he had filmed in Uganda, obviously, for a couple of years. And it had done really well in the festival circuit. And he was telling us about his process and demystifying it. And I was just struck. I was like, this is a man. Okay, he lives in America, but he looks like me. And he's done a film and it's traveled and he's breaking down his process. He's someone who's won an Oscar and he's here talking to me. Like, I never ever thought before that, to be honest, that I would be able to interact with people like that. And I did not also know how generous people in that position of power, could be with their information. So I think that was like a really huge turning point when I went to that festival.
I want better for my country, a country where everyone has a decent shot in life. I can't stand the hypocrisy. And every day I got more pissed and more pissed and more pissed and more pissed.
The documentary film Softy is your latest project. It tells a story of Boniface Mwangi, who was a photojournalist and political activist. He decides to run for office, but then this puts pressure on his family, and it seems he must now choose between family or Kenya. I mean, this docu did well at the Sundance Film Festival, receiving a special jury prize. Why was it important to tell this type of story?
I think people have very mixed opinions about him in Kenya because activism, first of all, in our country is not really seen as something that a good Kenyan, a good middle-class Kenyan should be doing. You're a noisemaker, you're a troublemaker. Why don't you just toe the line? But I think because of Boniface's experience, I mean, he grew up quite poor. He documented Kenya's post-election violence in 2007. And I think at a young age, in his 20s, he realized this truth that you can't really separate, the personal from the political. And for him, activism was about protecting his young family, his kids, his wife. He was going to the streets because he wanted to have, or he wants to have a Kenya, that his kids and grandkids can be able to grow up in, where there's equal opportunity. So the film, the documentary, explores what that actually looks like in everyday life.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be an activist family? What does it mean to keep on choosing between country and family? What's that balance like?
Lazima kuwe na representation. Kuna kishia kwamba nikiingia bunge na kupigania kisheria kuwe sawa. Ama ni aje? Ndio kushara mkono. Ama ni aje?
Softy will be showing at the upcoming International Film Festival and Encounters Film Festivals in a couple of weeks. After the break, we bring you a Hollywood blockbuster. Here are more Africans making waves globally. The local flick Umama has been shortlisted as a semi-finalist at the Student Academy Awards. It stars Mama Koni Chume and Wits students Malubongo Mtwaba and Ketumeti Mbata. It's based on a true story. What's really exciting is that should the team win, they will qualify to compete in the 2021 Oscars.
So guys, this film has been doing really, really well, and it's catching the attention of everyone pretty much globally. And now you guys are semi-finalists at the Student Oscars. Can I say Student Oscars? Because it is the Academy, right?
Rightfully so.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a big deal, guys. I mean, Talia, you're the director. How do you feel about this achievement?
Oh my gosh, when I got the email, I was saying words, but nothing was coming out of my mouth. I couldn't believe it, and it felt like such a good seal of validation for all the hard work. And also to me, what is my most important thing as a filmmaker is showcasing South African talent. So when that came through, I was just like, yes, this is because of everyone. This is us. Like we did this.
Oh my gosh. Also shortlisted for the BAFTAs. I mean, the list is endless. And then it also showed at various film festivals. I mean, tell me more about that.
Yeah, so we just sent the film festival to a bunch of different film festivals, and what happened was we placed second at my school, NYU's film festival, and they sent my film to the BAFTA Student Film Awards, and we were shortlisted there, which was also an incredible experience. And then we sent it to Rapid Line Film Festival, the South African Independent Film Festival, Garden Route Film Festival, New York World Film Festival.
And top in his grade, Proviso Sevilla.
Ketumetsi and Malibongo, you guys are from Wits University. People who are running the Oscars get to see what you guys are able to do. I mean, how does that make you feel, Ketumetsi? Let me start with you.
Honestly, for me as an actor, it's always been a dream to get to a stage such as the Oscars. So for it to happen this soon, I can't explain. I'm overjoyed.
This achievement and all of them really, really validated that, look, we did well by laughing, we did well by sweating, we did well by crying with the characters.
Talia, this story is based on one that is close to your heart.
I had a picture of Susan, who is the film is about, on my wall in my dorm room, and people would come up to me and say, who is this? And I didn't know how to describe my relationship with her, because to say that she was my domestic worker didn't feel right, because she felt like a second mother to me. But then coming back home, I would analyze the relationship and saw things a bit differently, and just the way things were, and especially remembering when I was 6 years old, her getting the news that her son had been killed, and that she was with my family when she found out about her son. And still to this day, I regard her as a second mother and part of my family. So I wrote about it just to analyze my own thoughts, and then I wasn't expecting to actually make it.
Ketumetsi, working with someone like that, tell me what type of lessons you drew from her while on set.
I could say the lessons I took from her were pertaining to the industry. She was just giving us knowledge in terms of how to navigate around the industry, from how you start, and also the difference between the South African entertainment industry and the international one, being that she's acted on Black Panther.
Malibongwe, what are you hoping the audience will take away from this movie?
I think it will hit differently to different people, and really I think people must just brace themselves to just watch a story that really
mirrors a whole lot of South Africans, and especially young Black men, because really I don't want to give this all away, but like the void of not having, your parents sort of present is something that we have seen really play out in many young lives.
Promises are clouds, ma, and only real is fulfillment. Go on from Solok.
Enjoy.
Thank you. We're rooting for you, team. Let's take a look at what else has been happening in the world of entertainment this week. This week started off on a sad note. Radio was silenced after the loss of legendary DJ Bob Mabena, who passed away from a cardiac arrest. Tributes continue to pour in. The Influencer Challenge is such a fun one. It pokes fun of influencers who lie on social media. Yeah, we've seen that. All you have to do is pretend to be an influencer in front of friends and family, then secretly record their reactions as you lie through your teeth. Take a look at these hilarious reactions that have been trending.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So, like I said last week, I will tell you guys my skincare and workout routine. So, first of all, I'll just make this short. For my skin, I don't eat any red or white meat. So, no beef, no chicken, sometimes no fish. I only eat sushi. So, sorry about that. So, that's how it works. Then for my body, I work out a lot. I wake up at 4 a.m. every day. And then I'm sorry. So I do a 45-day push-up routine.
I said that I'd do a video on my workout routine and also my skincare routine. So for my workout routine, I wake up every day at 5 a.m. What? Why are you here? No, I'm just laughing.
Why are you laughing?
Because my phone flew wow.
Come on.
Why do you wake up at 5?
Mama gets a video.
Oh, but be truthful in your video.
So I hear you guys wanted to know about my skin routine and how I've been losing weight and maintaining my weight during this lockdown. So I've been waking up at 4 a.m. Why are you looking at me like that?
What do you like?
What
must you like?
I'm taking a video.
Why must you like even in your video?
Mommy, people have been asking me to do this video.
So tell the truth. What is it, the nothing special that you are doing?
Anyway, guys.
No one is waking up at 4. For what? What's up?
I run.
You run away. You run away. Where's the evidence?
Up next on Style Syndicate, we chat with Hollywood actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt about his new film with Jamie Foxx, Project Power.
If my family were in some kind of physical duress and I could help by taking the pill, I would risk anything. I would risk anything to protect my family, sure.
Here's something fun to watch this weekend on Netflix. Project Power has just premiered on Netflix. It stars Jamie Foxx, Dominique Fishback, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt. The superhero thriller is about a pill that gives you superpowers. But of course, there's always consequences. So would you take it? I spoke to actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt to find out more and if he would take it if there was one in real life.
Watch out!
I can't wait for your movie, actually. And your character, Frank, seems like he is bulletproof. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, sometimes when he takes the pill, exactly. Yeah, this movie is a story about this pill that can do incredible things like make a cop bulletproof, but you never know what it's going to do. It could also be very dangerous or even kill you. And isn't that a kind of a appropriate metaphor for technology? Technology can always do incredible good or bad. It's really about how you use it.
Now tell me something. If there really was a pill like that in real life, would you take it?
Me, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. I have too much to live for. I'm a dad. You know, I wouldn't risk it. I understand why the character I played in the movie takes it. He's a cop. He's risking his life anyway, and he doesn't have any kids. But no, me, I wouldn't take it.
Even if it meant having to save your family, you wouldn't take it to gain some sort of supernatural power in order to save and protect your family.
Oh, well, sure. Yes. I guess if you put it that way, if my family were in some kind of physical duress and I could help by taking the pill, I would risk anything. I would risk anything to protect my family. Sure.
All right. So now tell me, what do you think is the most dangerous power to have?
The most dangerous power to have? Oh, that's a good question. No one's asked that one before. The most dangerous power to have, I guess, is control. And you see that with tyrants throughout history. Is if you have control, it can be really contaminating. And it's a rare leader who can have that kind of power and still be looking out for the well-being of most people and not just for themselves.
That is very true. Please, can you send a message to everyone in South Africa, the viewers in South Africa, tell them why they need to watch this movie.
Hello, everybody in South Africa. I'm here to tell you to watch this movie, Project Power, on Netflix. Two different ways. One, it's just fun. You will have fun if you watch it. But two, it really does ask some good questions. What is power? Who has the power? Why do those people have the power? Is that fair? And how do the people with power keep it away from the people who don't have the power? You don't have to ask those questions if you don't want to. You could just enjoy the ride. But if you want to, you'll probably have some good conversations after this movie.
Phew, that's enough excitement for one episode. Now, before I head out, please follow us on Twitter at @StarSyndicate_, Instagram at @StarSyndicate_SA. As always, I've enjoyed spending this time with you. Take care.